Calling all business owners. If you are in the beginning stages, the middle stages, anywhere in between that, and you're trying to access business funding and it's starting to become a headache, then look no further. I have another business strategy for you that can actually potentially help you, whether you're trying to still build business credit or you're trying to acquire business funding that could possibly go over $50,000. Don't worry, I got you. So in today's lesson, I'm going to show you how, again, you can go ahead and build your business credit the correct way and get over $50,000 in funding just like I did starting out. So go ahead, go get your pen and paper. I'll wait right here. And without further ado, let's dive in. All right, ladies and gents, and before we actually get started, I just want to ask if you don't mind hitting that like button for me, as it helps the channel out a ton, and it also gets the video out there in the algorithm. I really appreciate all you guys' support. Now, enough of me rambling. Let's get back into these business strategies. Now, all right. Business credit, man, the topic of discussion. I know there is so much information out there, whether you go on TikTok, you go on Instagram, Facebook, anywhere, you see so many videos about business credit telling you to do it this way, telling you to do it that way. And sometimes I know that can be nerve-wracking, because even for me in the beginning when I was starting out, I heard so many different things on what to do that it was overwhelming. I sometimes ended up doing nothing. So this is why I create these type of videos, to kind of point everybody in the right direction that actually watches this. Does that make sense? Because I know at the end of the day, all you need is capital for your business so you can go ahead and focus on your goals and dreams. The funding thing and capital is the biggest thing. And right now, just like I stated, this is why I want to help everybody that actually watches this video. And trust me, I get it. But before I actually give you the strategy, I just want to give you a quick rundown on the actual education behind the strategy. Because again, a person with a strategy with no knowledge is a recipe for disaster. And I don't want you to crash and burn, all right? Now, always keep this in mind. Your business credit is all about how your business entity is structured. A lot of people actually miss this step because they think they see some type of video and they just go off of that without actually doing their due diligence. Let me give you an example. If your actual entity or any type of business is set up where it's construction or anything like that, and it includes you actually have a specific licenses or any type of certifications or anything that's involved with that actual business model, then it's important that you start off getting those first. I promise you, after you get your LLC, you need to go ahead and actually tackle those first. Because when it comes to actually getting lending from some of these institutions, they actually ask for these actual documents. Do you have this certification? Do you have this license right here? Do you have this license? And I don't want you to show up empty-handed. The only thing that you have is your ID and your articles of organization. I don't need you to do that. I need you to have all of your ducks in a row, and whenever anybody asks you for any type of information, you can give it to them super easy, just like that. Because if you do not have this, the lenders are not going to actually lend you anything. Think about it. They're going to deem you as financially irresponsible. You can't even get your licenses or certifications or anything. So why would we actually lend to you? That actually doesn't make any sense. I promise you, they pay attention to this more than what you think. So please, before we actually even talk about any type of strategy, make sure that this is all taken care of. Please Google and actually prepare and actually have the education behind what entity you're actually trying to get. Now, again, back to the actual entities. Please make sure that you have your LLC or corporation set up. Unless you have a specific goal in mind, I don't actually recommend setting up a sole proprietorship because there's really no serious separation between you and the actual business itself. Does that make sense? The reason why I state that is because when you're a sole proprietor, you're still using your social security number and not an EIN number. And again, an EIN number is literally just a social security number for your business. You want to operate out of your EIN and not your social security number, right? Not saying that sole proprietors are bad, but I'm just telling you, I wanted you to make sure that your actual entity is set up correctly. Because with all that information being said, because heaven forbid, if anything happens within your business, whether it's a loss or it's a lawsuit, you want to make sure that you personally is not caught within the crossfire. It's just your actual business itself. You can always create another business, but you don't want that actually hitting you personally. The next information I need you to understand is yes, in the beginning, you are going to have to PG majority of everything for your business. So you know what that means, right? Yes, you have to have your personal credit intact before applying for anything business related. related. And trust me, I already know it's going to be somebody in the comments that states, well, I don't want to co-sign for my business, or somebody else saying, well, this person actually didn't have to co-sign and he's rich and blah, 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 blah. But I just want to let you know something right now, ladies and gents. If you're not generating at least $4 to $10 million in revenue every year, I'm sorry, you're going to have to PG for your new business. It is required because you cannot access corporate credit, but that's a whole different conversation. If you're on the new end, you're going to have to PG. So that means you're going to have to co-sign for your business. And then on top of that, you sound risky when you don't want to PG for your new business, because it makes lenders scratch their head like, why don't you want to co-sign for something that you believe in? Do you think that it's going to fail? So why should we actually believe in it and give you funding? Does that make sense? Please make sure that your actual personal credit is intact, 680 or above. That's what I always say is kind of like the good beginning sweet spot. And since we're actually on the topic of personal credit, so by using your personal credit, you are actually going to co-sign for your business. Again, this gives it a greater chance of obtaining higher amounts of funding due to the banks knowing that there is security behind their funding that they're going to give the business. All right. They know they're going to get paid back no matter what. All right. So just keep that in mind. Now that we got all of the actual education and a little bit of information out of the way, let's actually start getting into the strategy that I was telling you about in the beginning. And the first way, if you are struggling to obtain business credit, the first thing that I want you to do to obtain business credit within 30 seconds is to sign up with NAV. I got NAV as soon as I started up my LLC a few years ago, and it automatically established business credit for me. So by doing this, again, you establish the first step of business establishment. I'm telling you. Besides the actual entity itself, I'm talking about every other establishment as far as business credit. So that means that you don't have to go get net 30s, net 60s, net 15s, all those other type of things, all those vendors. You don't have to go get Uline or Granger or anything like that, or any of these actual vendors that actually serve you no type of purchase. You can actually use NAV as an actual business trade line that's actually going to go on your business credit profile and boost your credit scores instantly, again, within 30 seconds. Also, always remember, NAV is a business credit monitoring system that will track your business scores and tell you where you are at. And it actually shows where you stand credit-wise as well. And it also shows you what your business can potentially be approved for funding-wise. It'll actually show you different credit cards, different business loans, things of that nature that you could potentially have a actual correlation to get approved. Also, once you have that business credit established with NAV, this is the next step I want you to do. Actually go utilize a banking relationship. I talk about this so much on my channel for personal and business reasons. Also, I always tell people, please go after your local credit unions before you go after these actual banks that we be talking about on these videos. Yes, your local credit unions. Yes, so that means you're gonna have to call around. You're gonna have to ask these certain lenders and institutions, what do they provide business-wise, and see if you can actually comply and you can actually get approved for their business products. Yes, you're gonna have to do some homework. But the reason why I'm telling you to do this is because I promise you, they don't wanna keep all this information a secret. You'll be surprised what you can actually acquire in your local actual towns or state. There are more hidden gems in your local credit unions than any of us content creators can ever give you, because there are so many lending institutions out there. We can't cover all of them. So that means you don't always have to utilize Navy Federal or Apple Credit Union or any of these actual credit unions for their business products when you have actual gems in your backyard. So again, take my advice, go to your computer or get on the phone and search your area for any local credit unions that provide business products. All right, please, I promise you it will not take you long at all. All right, now you found that credit union. I am glad. That's great. Now the next thing I need you to do is to actually fund the account. And I know that's pretty much standard, like, come on, House, we already knew that, but chill, I'm about to tell you what to actually do with it. This is one of the actual beginning steps of actually building that banking relationship with them business-wise. And also, when it comes to the amount, there's actually a good amount that I want you to have in your business bank account. I always tell people to go with $3,000 to $5,000 in your bank account at that time. Because due to being a brand new business, you want to show this lender that you will mean business and that you are here to stay. You're not gonna put $200 in there and then leave it and then go ask for $50,000, because you know that doesn't make any sense. Because when lending institutions look at your credentials, one of the main things that they will actually look at in your business is your business bank account. They always plug up to mine when I'm trying to get funding, so they're gonna do the same thing for you. They don't want you to apply for $10,000 and you got $50 in your account. So please, you're gonna have to have comparable credit, $3,000 to $5,000, all right? And I understand, even if you don't have $3,000 to $5,000 just to put in that account, even if you're sporadically putting those deposits in, trying to get to that $3,000 to $5,000, but you're not taking it out, that's fine in the beginning stages. As long as you get to that $3,000 to $5,000, that is a sweet spot that I've seen that actually makes sense. Next, the next thing I need you to do with your business bank account is, this is even before you actually apply for anything, please have some business transactions. Ladies and gents, this is not a business savings account. I just don't need you to just always put deposits in there and then not do anything with it for a week or 2 weeks when you get paid again. Please show some type of activity. But disclaimer, before I say anything else moving forward, I don't need you doing personal tasks in your business bank account. This is called commingling expenses, and this is a red flag to the institutions and IRS. Do not be out here paying for your personal water bill and everything like that with your business bank account. That's not what I need you to do. That's not what it's there for. Separation between you and the business, okay? That's not what I'm referring to. But if you have certain expenses like a business phone bill or a website payment that you pay every month, inventory for e-commerce, anything business related, then this is definitely going to be beneficial. Even if you're still striving for that $3,000 to $5,000 to put into your account, it's still good because you're still showing activity. You're still putting money in and you're making payments at the same time. That's fine. Now, once you have everything that is provided, the next thing I need you to do is continue to do this for 3 months, 90 days. Again, this is a marathon, not a sprint. But again, you're showing the lenders that you are genuinely trying to establish a relationship with them. All right, and the next thing I need you to do after those 90 days are up is go speak to a business representative, all right? The person that help you open the account, anything like that. And I need you to start asking these specific questions. I need you to start asking them, hey, if I want to get approved for a business loan, a business credit card, business line of credit, what actual credentials do I need to be set in place to make sure that I'm actually going to be approved? And also show them your actual credentials themselves. Hey, can you pull up my information and say, hey, what do you think I would be best for to actually get approved? They'll let you know, hey, you're actually in line to get a business loan or a business credit card. They say, you're a little too new. Try to go after this first. Hey, if you can do this, then do this, you'll actually be in better chance of being approved. I promise you guys, they're not trying to keep everything a secret, and they want to actually give you this information because they don't want to waste your time and they don't want to waste their time as well with denials, all right? So please do this before you apply for anything. So with everything being said, if you have an excellent credit score, have established some type of business credit with NAV, and you fund your bank account $3,000 to $5,000, and you actually spoke to an actual business representative to actually get the rundown of what you can actually be approved for and things of that nature so you can go get credit products, now it's time to pull the trigger and you will actually get approved for that business credit card, that business loan or business line of credit, anything like that. And then after that, all you have to do is rinse and repeat this process at another bank and another bank and another bank until you get the actual amount that you're looking for so you can go ahead and start funding your dreams. I'm telling you. And also, you know I love to plug myself in. If you ever need an actual one-on-one where you actually want to go over your personal situation for your business or anything like that, click the link in my bio and we can schedule a one-on-one so I can help you the same way I've helped so many other people. But I'm curious to know what you guys think. Have you used this strategy? Have you used something similar to this? Do you have any questions? Hit me in the comment section and I'll do my best to try to hit you back as fast as possible. I want to thank you guys for stopping by. Now go fund your dreams with that $50,000 I told you about, all right? And until next time, ladies and gents.